I am so not looking forward to making this recap video for two reasons. One of which is because I did not get good sleep last night. Somewhere around 2:50 or 3 in the morning, there was an alarm clock going off in this house, and at first I thought it was just going to go off by itself. I didn't know what was happening. I figured it was someone's phone or something. Anyway, 20 minutes later, it's still not off, and then I'm running around the house looking for what it is. I turn it off and I go back to bed. Unfortunately, I didn't get any other sleep, and boom, then 4:45 comes along, my alarm goes off, and I'm up. So I'm running off of, like, I don't know, 4.5, maybe 5 hours of sleep at best, but I'm already in a bad mood because, well, it's self-explanatory. So that was really bad. And honestly, looking back in time, and I always say, if you're not feeling good, if you're sick, hungover, whatever, don't trade. I broke that rule and I traded today, and that was a big mistake. I should have just said, you know what, it's the last day before a 3-day weekend, which is already not my favorite time to trade. Plus it's a Friday, which is usually a bonus day at best. So I don't even know why I decided to trade. I just figured, I like to show up every day. That's like a really big thing. I believe consistency is pretty much the number one thing when you want to be successful with whatever you do. So I think that really is one of my main driving factors no matter what. But along this road, after over 2 years now day trading small caps, I've realized there's certain days you should just take off. It's better in every way possible. And for example, Thanksgiving weekend, so there was Thursday was off, but then Friday the markets were open again, and then it was the weekend. I said, I'm not going to trade Friday. That means I need to go to bed early on Thanksgiving evening after having wine and enjoying the evening and having to wake up super early. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, if I make money, I'm going to be upset still because I went to bed early, and if I lose money, I'm going to be extra upset because for no reason I decided to work that day when I should have taken off. So keep that in mind, because today is one of those situations where I just should have taken off, and even if I made $500 today, I probably still would have been happier not working today. That's a really important part. So the fact that I started the day in a really bad mood, on top of a day I should just be taking off, was a really big red flag. And I ended up taking a pretty big loss right in the beginning. I was instantly down $700. We'll talk about that in a second. I think it was GFAI or something like that. And I ended actually the day, one of my biggest red days I've had in quite a long time. I hit my max stop for the day. Spoiler alert. So January was going pretty smoothly. I mean, we had a kind of a hiccup here on Monday, and yesterday wasn't really great. I did a pretty big mistake. But overall, a green month so far. And if we go back to 2021, let's actually scroll. We had 1 month. Let me just type in the stats here. We had 1 month where I went red. And if we just kind of hide all this volume, you can see that here. We had 1 month where I went red. And you can see it even better down here. Let me actually hide this, the nav bar. You can see it even better here on month. We had 1 month I went red last year. So let's go back to that October in 2021. Boom, this was a really bad month for me because similar to today, I was on the road a lot in October. I was in many hotels, trading in many lobbies. I was kind of upset. I had chest pains from all the traveling and nightmares, and traveling is a nightmare to me. And that was the month where I decided to do a no coffee month, basically, because I was that exhausted, and coffee just instantly spiked my anxiety. So I had back-to-back $2,000 losses. And today, I think I even broke this record on Wednesday that I had in October, Wednesday the 27th, 2021. I think I broke this record in red trades. And the crazy part is, I didn't have big size today. I did really small size today. I just could not do one green trade. Anything I touched did not work today. It was crazy. I haven't experienced this bad trading, I feel like, ever. I think today was actually my worst trading day ever, even if it wasn't my worst P&L trading day. And I think I'm going to make a new rule, and let me just show you guys. Here it is, $2,144.44. So yeah, this is actually my worst trading day ever. Maybe. I think I actually had, back in February, I had very close $2,000 red days. Yeah, okay, this was my worst trading day potentially ever. And $2,000 is my max stop. So the second I go down $2,000 for the day, I'm done. I'm not allowed to do any more trading. And yeah, it's really looking like today was my worst trading day ever. Wow. Okay, P&L and I think experience or just like overall performance. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a new rule today where if it's the last trading day before a 3-day holiday, so let's say Monday's off, actually Martin Luther King Day, the upcoming Monday's off. So that means I take today off. I take Friday off. If Friday's market holiday, actually, let me just show you this. So here it goes. So yeah, Monday, markets are closed. So I'm going to be taking Friday off. That would be today. Washington's birthday, let's see, that's February 22nd. So I'm going to be taking that Friday off. On Good Friday in April, I'm going to be taking that Thursday off. So Thursday and Friday will be off, and so on and so forth. You guys get the pattern. That's just a new rule. You know what? I've never liked trading around holidays. It's always been rough. If you have a green day, somehow it doesn't feel that great because you feel like you should be doing something else. And if you have a red day, it feels extra bad. And the momentum's extremely unexpected, random. I mean, today everything was so random. Pre-market was miserable. Market open was actually okay. And then, randomly at like 10:30, 10:45, we get some of the best moves, and that never happens. Plus, I'm usually never trading that late, and today I did a little bit more revenge trading and got even more in the red. But boom, there you have it. That is a new rule, and I think there's going to be a second rule here. So $2,000 is my max stop on the day right now. But let me just go to my stats really fast. And let's just go to the day trading account for this month. So these stats should be pretty small. This month hasn't been going too good. Yeah, I'm red on the month now because I'm going to upload these trades and I'm going to be red on the month. That's freaking depressing. That's so stressful. Anyway, but look at this. Where is it? Average position cost. My average position size is $7,200. That's not that much money. So it's pretty small sizes. I'm doing fairly small size. My rule is when I'm down 10% of my average position size cost, that's my max stop for the day. So technically that should be $700. I'll be flexible and I'll make it $1,000 just because that's a little bit more clear. I feel like if I'm at $700, I'm going to try at least one more trade because sometimes you can reverse it. So I'm going to say for now $1,000. I'm just going to always round it in whichever direction. So once my average position cost gets to, let's say, $17,000, then my max stop on the day will be $2,000 again. That's an old rule I've had since the beginning of time, and it's worked for me very, very well. I figured I'm going to keep it at 2,000 because I am scaling, and last week a lot of my trades were $20,000, $25,000. But until my average position cost gets to that, over 10 into the 15, and ideally towards $20,000, my max loss on the day, hard coded at the moment, is 1,000 until like I said, this increases. So that will avoid these $2,000 red days. $1,000 red day is not that big of a deal. Somehow I feel like I could just get over it in one trade. The problem with a $2,000 red day is like, I can make that back in one day, but with the market we're having right now and my average position size, it's pretty unlikely, and most likely it's going to take at least 2 decent trading days to make back my losses. And I never like being in a big hole like that, especially going into a holiday weekend, because now you're just thinking about it all weekend long. Hopefully I don't, but it's definitely going to be there somewhere in the back of your mind. So that's really frustrating. I think this new rule is going to be good because more than anything, it's so important to be fully rested and relaxed as a trader. As you saw with my stats right here, during October when I was constantly flying around, that was my worst trading month I've ever had pretty much, because since the small account challenge, we haven't had a red month, never. So the fact that all my travels and just constantly being in different hotels and stuff, and I was exhausted in October. I literally had I was sleep deprived. And there you literally see what happens when you trade when you're sleep deprived. And today was the exact same thing. I was sleep deprived. And I think it's been proven where if you're trading and you're doing anything like driving a car and you're sleepy, you're just as bad as if you're totally wasted. And that's pretty much basically I was trading today under the influence is more or less the situation. Yeah, I did some jolly bad trading today. That's for sure. So even more reason to enjoy these holidays that pop up and say, you know what, I'm gonna take this 3-day weekend. I'm gonna make a 4-day weekend out of it. I'm gonna fully relax and just kick it. And that's also why I did 10 days off last year, and I think I'm gonna do like a whole month off in 2022 once the markets slow down, which literally feels like it's already slowed down. But I'm gonna give it a little bit longer. Most likely, beginning of summer, it's gonna get really, really dead. But who knows? Anything could happen. But it's just so important to be fully rested and relaxed. I mean, there's not so many jobs in the world where you're instantly rewarded or punished for your actions like you are with trading. I mean, there's other jobs out there, of course, that are similar, but with trading, it's definitely really in your face, and it's very, very apparent. And that's why I have rules against certain things. So today, I guess just like yesterday, I broke those rules. I guess the good thing about red days is it allows you to reflect, and usually red days are good days to make certain rules to avoid further red days. And I think that's what I'm doing now. So I'm hoping that I put in another really good block of foundation today in terms of, what's a good trading strategy, what are good fundamental rules, specifically rules that reflect my personality. And yeah, I don't think there's much more I can squeeze out of that topic, but leave any comments or questions below this video. I'd be happy to answer it, and let me know any feedback you guys have, maybe if you're in similar situations. I'm always interested to hear what the community thinks. Obviously in the Discord, we've already talked about it a little bit, but if you are in the Discord and you want to, throw your 2 cents in there, feel free. So coming to the tickers I traded today, 5 tickers, that's way too many. That's already a bad sign. I'll just really quickly go through it. I feel like there's really almost no point in talking about the tickers I traded today because there's no good lessons besides the one I feel like I already shared with you, and the 2 rules I already shared with you. The 10% max stop based on my average position size, and then the taking the day off before a 3-day weekend rule. So everything you're gonna see here is stuff that I know I shouldn't be doing, and it's just ridiculous. So I don't even know how much value you can get out of me reviewing these tickers. So I'll just go through it very, very quickly. We'll go right to the day trading charts and just so you can see it and it's kind of documented. But like I said, there's really no reason to dive into a lot of these trades too much because I know I did everything wrong. That's already apparent. Look at this. I didn't have one green trade, or at least one green ticker. I have a few scratches where I made like 50, 100 bucks. But those are all scratches. I didn't have like one good trade today. It was crazy. Let's start with CISO. This ticker was a total screw up on my end. I just did such bad trading on this ticker. Oh my God. So this ticker actually did exactly what I wanted. It had a bit of a pullback at the market open and then shot up. I missed my entry. Then it shoots up and gets halted. And I'm like, of course, that's exactly what I wanted. Anyway, it opens up here on the halt. And I jump in. I'm up for a second, but only on 200 shares, very small size. And then it flushes down, gets halted, and then opens down here. And this was like a 20+% loss I had here. I sold literally almost at the perfect low before it rebounds the whole 20%. And just like that, on that one trade, I lost quite a lot. I don't know, somewhere, it wasn't a big position size. Again, I didn't really have any big position size today. So really, today was not a scaling problem. Today was a being tired as heck problem. That's what it was. So that was extremely frustrating when you sell at a perfect low and it just crawls right back to your entry. That was frustrating. I tried a few times to get these bottom bounces, and every time it bounced, but every time I somehow got shaken out at the perfect low, and somehow I think I lost cumulatively here as well, which was extremely frustrating. I did one more trade here and I said, you know what, I'm just going to put a stop because every time I actually would have made money if I just held and didn't sell. So I put a stop here and it hit my stop, which was good, and then it flushed, and yeah, this ticker was over. This trade here looks like the worst one. It actually was a very small scratch. So that's CISO in a nutshell. First of all, daily chart, it's a disaster. I usually don't trade gap downs, so I don't know what I'm doing there. That's a total mess up. You guys don't have to comment honestly in the comments below. I know everything I did wrong today. It's extremely apparent, even for novices probably. That's why don't trade when you're tired, guys, or hungover or something, or sick. That's important too. Don't trade when you're sick. I've done that before and it was bad. Plus, this is ranging at best. It's more backside than ranging, and I don't know why I'm trading this. This is not my strategy. That's horrible. GFAI, another ticker I'm down quite a lot on. GFAI was really frustrating for me today. I mean, technically this ticker is doing okay, 77% up. The volume on it isn't that great on this ticker. Usually a ticker at this point should be over 500 million shares. $500 million volume, just like BBGI. Let's see how I actually ended up trading this ticker. So pre-market, I actually ended up giving back a bunch of profits here. I was down like 600 right away on GFAI. I bought this pullback looking for continuation. Of course, there wasn't any, and somehow I sold at the perfect low and took a big loser there. And I was like, how is this happening? And I think that also was a bit of fuel on the tired fire, for sure. Going into the market open, I missed pretty much this whole move, and the little bit of a move I did get, I was small size, so that was really frustrating. Then I tried to trade, this front side. I just couldn't trade front side today. I really don't know what happened. I was such a bad trader today. It's extremely frustrating to even think about. And a lot of these I actually ended up making money on. It's just like I couldn't focus on the bigger picture. I couldn't get the big swing to the upside. I couldn't size up properly. Eventually, I do actually end up sizing up properly, and then I get stuck in a flush. And this was very silly because I should have noticed we're near big resistance. I thought there was, this thing's pushing so hard, we're probably going to get to the second resistance zone. We didn't, and I took a big loss here on this flush. That was very frustrating. So a ticker that I felt like everyone was green on, somehow I just, wasn't nailing. And it's not because I didn't know how to trade it. I know how to trade front side. It's my go-to strategy. It's what I make the most money on. The 5 minute was perfect, the 1 minute was perfect, and there was room to run on the daily and everything. So it's not that I didn't know how to trade it. I just did not have the mental capacity to trade it. And that's really why at the beginning of this video, the focal point was those two rules. First, the max stop rule, and then the new rule on not trading, first of all, when you're tired, hungover, and yada yada, but also taking that last trading day before a 3-day weekend off. Taking it off, regenerating, and relaxing, because it's so important. The other three tickers, SBEV, there's really not much to say here. It's just like, late to the party, good front side technically, good multi-day run. Of course, somehow I just didn't get any of the good move. There was opportunity today after the market opened. I just couldn't trade it. I really couldn't. It's traumatizing, honestly. It's like one of those days where I was just getting slapped around. I was late to everything, and I was not rational. Ranging pullback, I don't know what I'm doing here. This ticker's just all over the place. This was pre-market when literally this was like the best setup pre-market. Pre-market was a snooze fest. SXTC. Oh, SXTC. That is just the ugliest sounding ticker I've ever heard. It's a Chinese ticker, so lo and behold. Anyway, quick 80% move, but this is a sub dollar. I usually don't trade sub dollars. What am I doing here? Every ticker I'm looking at, it's so obvious what I'm doing wrong, but I did it anyway. 5 minute, it's a disaster. The 1 minute, it's a disaster. There's no point for me even talking about this. Don't trade those tickers. It's so obvious. I usually never do stuff like that, and if I do, I usually correct it quickly or whatever. These weren't really the big losers, so it doesn't really matter. These are all just scratches. You got to take stabs. You don't make money by not trading, so I get why I took stabs at them. But CISO, I know I don't trade good on halts. I know I'm a horrible halt trader. I've never been good at trading halts. Somehow, every time I do go for a halt, I get obliterated, and I don't know why I went for it today. If I was just well rested today, I guarantee you I would have not touched CISO with a 10-foot pole, because I just would have been rational. I would have been like, Alex, you suck at trading halts. Why? Don't touch this. It's going to be horrible if you touch it. The only way CISO is going to go up today is if I didn't trade it. And I think that's a fact, honestly. But yeah, halts, they just don't work for me. They work for other traders. They don't work for me. And that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. I don't have to be able to trade everything. I just need to be able to stick to my strategy. And today I did not stick to my strategies at all. They just went totally out the window. So it was so frustrating. Anyway, I'm gonna stop my rant here. I hope you guys got some value out of it. You try to take the red days and make it a green day by learning something, and that's what I'm trying to do here. And yeah, thanks for acting as my trading therapist today. I do appreciate being able to offload all of my stress onto you guys. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoys their 3-day weekend, and for those who were smart enough to make it a 4-day weekend, I commend you. Very, very smart. Show some love by dropping a like on the way out, and consider subscribing if you're new. We'd love to have you part of the community. Like always, guys, I'll see you then first thing, Tuesday morning. Till then, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao, guys.